Hey everybody, today I'm here to show you the things that are in my tool bag. This is the tool bag that goes with me on every install and every service call. It's called a handle top, open top tool tote. It's about 10 by 12 or so. So I'm going to go through all these things. Um, First thing I want to show you is a combination tool that a lot of people use, a lot of people are happy with. I don't use. It's in my tool bag, but I don't use it. And that is combination cutter strippers. These can cut wire, these can strip wire. They cut wire pretty good. They don't do a great job stripping. They're not that fast. These are from Milwaukee. It's a good pair, but I'd still rather have some of the things I'm going to show you here soon. In fact, I'll show you those items that are most commonly used here right away. That would be cutters, wire cutters, high leverage cutters. These will cut 8-2, 10-2, 12-2 wire, no problem at all. They cut, they don't do much else. After cutting a wire, you're probably stripping a wire. These are called Klein catapults, automatic wire strippers. Super fast, super reliable. Got to lubricate it periodically, but I use these all the time. And then the next most common item I use is this crimp tool. Crimps both insulated and non-insulated crimps. Another crimp tool that I have in my bag that does not get used as frequently is this. This crimps just copper barrel crimps, Buchanan crimps. Does great crimps, does great job, but it tends to get a little sticky when it gets in the dirt and mulch and all that. So it's in the bag. Probably doesn't need to be because these Klein insulated, uninsulated crimpers work just fine. This crimper also has a cutter on the tip. Doesn't work great as a cutter. It's there, but since it's not near the fulcrum, it doesn't do a great job cutting. All right, moving right along. I also have a pair of lineman's pliers. Lineman's pliers are not the same as cutters. You can see the difference. Lineman's pliers do a few more things. They have a cutter, they have a flat tip, and the serrated part here, that's made for twisting wire. They also have this thing here can grab onto different size nuts. Don't get used that often. They're in the bag. I could probably eliminate them. They weigh a lot. Um, Channel locks. Channel locks are useful for lock nuts that go on conduit on the tops of transformers and grabbing other types of things. Um, Needle nose pliers. Screwdrivers. Screwdrivers don't get used a ton in what we do except for transformer work. So I have a multi-bit screwdriver here. A high quality one is useful so the bits don't fall out, but obviously Phillips, flat, and square drive. Another useful screwdriver is a long, thin flathead. I use this most commonly for the terminal screws in transformers. Also a tiny screwdriver here, transformers and prying things and such. Inspection tool, inspection mirror. I use this a lot when doing service calls. It's easier to look at path lights when you just use this underneath rather than getting on your hands and knees. The mirror also pops off, and that's a magnet. You can use this to pick up screws if you drop them. All right, on the outside of the tool bag, I have this Klein contactless multi-range tester. It has a 12 volt as well as a high voltage setting, so use this particularly on service calls. Kind of related to that is this receptacle tester. Don't install a transformer in a receptacle that is not working, an outlet that is not working. So test them first with this guy. Utility knife. Replaceable blades, obviously. I like the folding one, takes up a little less space in the bag. A couple of Sharpies are in the bag. Some rolls of electrical tape are attached to the outside of the bag. I have a tape measure. That's useful for the height of the transformer, as well as spacing out lights evenly when you're doing path lights particularly. Also for transformer leveling, a small level, also used when leveling stakes, when driving stakes in the ground. What else is in here? In the side pouch, I have a handful of sorted zip ties, but I also have an instruction manual for Intermatic timers. They're hard to program. Every time I do it, it's like I'm doing it for the first time. So that instruction sheet just lives in there. Also, what else? I think that covers most of it. I always have a little pill bottle of connectors. These are more used on service calls. We never make connections using these wire nuts in here, but if I have to temporarily hold some wires together, they're in there. Another thing that's in here actually is Wagos of different sizes. These Wagos are useful for making pigtails and transformers when you have like 6 wires that have to go into the COM terminal. I can make another video about that. And gloves. I always have gloves. Um, have a number of lock nuts, conduit lock nuts floating around in there. I also have these flush cuts. Those are useful for cutting zip ties flush so you don't cut yourself on the little tags on them. And also this. I have Milwaukee makes this kind of cool. It's like a folding saw, but it uses sawzall blades, so you can get different types of blades. Great for cutting like roots if you run into those, or branches if they're in the way of a light. And finally, a lighter for shrink tubing. I don't really, or for shrink connectors. I actually use a totally different propane gun. I can show you that in a different video. And that covers it. So let me know if you have any questions, but those are the tools that are in my bag that go on every maintenance and every service call and every installation job. Thanks for watching.